Hello everyone, welcome back to more Endwalker. I hope you've been enjoying the series so far. I know I've been enjoying this, holy frick. Like, the story in this expansion has been, like, ridiculous. I am loving this expansion. Like, I gushed about it last episode, you know, at the end of the last episode there. If you haven't seen it, you can check the playlist and go watch. But, like, oh my god, dude, this is a freaking... It's so good, dude. It's so good. And I want to say a couple of things. You know, I'm sitting here gushing like, oh, it's so good. When Endwalker came out, I was talking to some people on FF14. Or rather, not when Endwalker came out, but during like 6.1, which was when I really started playing. And I was surprised, actually, by the amount of, like, people that I was talking to that thought Endwalker was, like, subpar, or, like, not good at all. And I'm baffled by it, honestly, because this has been so good. And so before I get into this, like, as I was, you know, ending the episode last time, I had like a funny comment like pop into my head, and I was like, okay, you know, somebody's got to say it, right? So I said, like, yeah, I pretended to be the comment section, you know, pretending to be somebody who disliked Endwalker. And I was like, well, Serene, if you like Endwalker, then you clearly don't know good writing. You know, if you like Stormblood and Endwalker, you don't know good writing, because this story sucks. And the thing that, like, that was kind of the comment that, like, popped into my head, right? And my, like, immediate response when that popped into my head was, well, clearly I don't know good writing, because people tell me all the time that Yoko Taro and freaking Nobunga, or whatever his freaking name is, the guy that does Kingdom Hearts, I don't even remember his name at all. Freaking people tell me, like, they're amazing writers. I'm just like, there's some, like, yes, I've not played Nier. But Kingdom Hearts, I'm sorry, I like the concept. Nobunga has absolutely no idea how to write a story. So, if you're one of the people, if you dislike Endwalker, you know, which I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that do. I'm sure it's a minority, but I don't know. Maybe a lot of people do dislike Endwalker. But if you dislike Endwalker, then fine. You know, if you think, you know, because I liked Stormblood, I thought it was really good, but I was just yesterday, actually, talking to somebody, and they were like, Stormblood is the worst expansion. The whole story doesn't work. They didn't know what they were doing in writing, you know? I'm just like, I mean, I didn't have any issues with it, you know? I didn't see any problems. But it's just, again, that thought came into my head of, like, how many people on this game, you know, because I'm always talking about how Nier the Nier raids are the worst Alliance raids they've ever made. Flat out. And people are like, what the crap? And I'm just like, if it wasn't Yoko Taro that didn't know how to write, it was somebody. Because there was no plot. Nothing happened in the entire course of the story. You know, like, everybody died, but I guess maybe they didn't die. And, like, nothing happened in the whole course of the story. Like, we fought an orb that was made of androids, but maybe also it was a bunch of androids, or like it created it. Like, anyway, if you think Endwalker is bad, and the thought of like, well, you know, you don't know good writing comes to your mind, then I will agree with you on that. Because Nobunga and Yoko Taro cannot write, as far as I'm concerned. You know, I've never played any of the Nier games. You know, get that. Go ahead and put that out there. And played none of the Nier games. I've just seen the Nier raid. If the raid is anything like the games, then no. And unfortunately, I will probably never play a Nier game because the raid put me so very much off of Nier. Completely. I have, after those raids, I have no interest. I probably have negative interest, you know. So again, apologies if you like Nier, if you like the Nier raids. If somebody can explain the Nier raids to me, please do, because I went through the whole story and nothing happened. So there was no plot. Please explain it to me. Explain it to me in 300 words or less. If you cannot explain it to me in 300 words or less, the plot is way too convoluted, and that, I'm just going to put it out there. I'm just going to say it. People that write convoluted stories like that have no idea how to write. Because, kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. That's where I'm going to leave that at. Much and more has occurred since last we met. As for determining what comes next, we must speak with Lord Quintus. Yeah, I think that's going to be a problem. Not that my character knows that, but with the immediate crisis averted, Lucia seeks to gain a clearer understanding of the present situation. Before we proceed, tell me how you know of the First Legion and the disposition of their forces. Or tell me what you know, rather. They're all freezing cold and everything sucks. They're preparing for war while the refugees in their care were left to go hungry. Sure, I definitely said something like that. A reckless, short-sighted plan that risks the welfare of the people they are sworn to protect. Nevertheless, we cannot compel them to accept our aid. If we were to arrive in force with the intent to do so, it would only incite panic. But perhaps they can be persuaded to follow one of their own. Go with Julius back to the station and have him lead the refugees here. Some may be unwilling or unable to leave, but for the time being, I'll take what I can get. Alphino, LSA, and the scouts sent to extricate them should already be at the station. I'll also have our other comrades in the area lend their support should it be needed. Understood. Hey, Blue Quest. I was gonna say, when's the Blue Quest gonna start showing up? Because I think I've only done one so far. And don't get me wrong. Kingdom Hearts is a good franchise. the writing sucks. So, just what I was looking for. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Garlemald of Ishgard. Been put in charge of our arrangements with Tapper's Den, you see. However, the very first of the Tappers to come bearing Ceruleum had asked us quite a lot of us, if I do say so. They wish for our help in getting Juturna Platform G up and running. The very same platform that's at the head of the Imperial's primal energy pipeline. What's more, he's a Garlean. I was convinced the only engineers left in Tapper's Den were from conquered territories. In any case, I'm not qualified to judge the motives of the man. I'd feel much more at ease if I had someone of your experience helping to make the call. I thank you for your willingness to assist. Let's go and speak with the Tapper in question, then. He's a man by the name of Appius. Alrighty. Gotta stop and do the ether quests, though. Because, like, they put them in spots that they know, like, okay, you are here, you're doing quests here, you know, so now go do the quest. Go do this quest real fast and then jump forward, you know. Suppose you must be the friend Garlemald would wanted to fetch. There's Garlemald. Have my thanks for getting him to agree to my proposal. Do not misunderstand. I've yet to agree to any such thing. I merely wanted someone else present during our talk. Very well. So I do believe my preferred deal would be a boon to us and the Ilsabard contingent alike. I used to work on Juturna Platform G, you see. So I know more than most about the facility and its operation. It may be so, but your relationship to the facility notwithstanding, why should a Garlean such as yourself still be taking refuge in Tapper's Den? We've been led to believe that the former workers residing there were from other territories. To write on the technicality, I was a supervisor rather than your typical staff. When the platform went down, it only seemed right that I stay with my crew. I always thought we were close, living alongside them in Tapper's Den. It made me realize that I took them and their skill for granted. Not to say nothing of the blind eye I turned to their struggles. That's why I came to you. It's high time I be of some real use to them, and everyone else, if we're lucky. If we manage to get the platform back in working order, it'll dramatically increase our capacity to pump and refine ceruleum for everyone in the region. Sadly, we're more than a few hands short of a full workforce, not to mention the lack of supplies. Which is precisely where you come in. Help us get things up and running again. You'll have your share of the ceruleum coming out of the rig. Don't come up with a more mutually beneficial arrangement if you tried. So he says, what do you think? He seems trustworthy to me. Yes, I've been leaning the same way myself. Ultimately, what he says about the potential benefits is true. Nevertheless, I doubt the higher-ups was assent to this. I suppose that is how it goes when you're dealing with military types. For what it's worth, I do understand the hesitancy to throw your lot in with someone from a hostile nation. Thus, part 2 of my proposal shall do you a service to prove myself worthy of the contingent's trust. I had a look around the fringes of your camp before you arrived, and I've spotted a few ceruleum engines in need of repair. If I fix them up, your superiors would have no reason to suspect that I want to see you driven out. Less reason, in any case. Assisting us with use of local technology would go a long way, I'd imagine. That said, I've not heard anything about the ceruleum engines we've scavenged breaking down. It's not as if they're entirely useless, yet. I guarantee they're not running as they should. Give me the opportunity and I can have them working more efficiently and safely. You are welcome to accompany me while I do so. That way you can ensure that I don't get up to anything suspect, and then vouch for me with your superiors. I have no objections. Trust you will sense anything amiss. Let's begin with a proper inspection then. We can get to work as soon as you're ready, Kassandra. Sounds good to me. Though the ultimate objective is to get the engines running at full capacity, the purpose of this inspection is to work out what parts we'll need. However, I would hate to fumble something and be accused of sabotage, so I'd appreciate it if you could be the one to lay hands on the devices. Never fear, I'll be right behind you, telling you what to look for. If we inspect, say, 3 of them, we should have a decent idea of what needs repair. Lead the way. Alright, Appius is now accompanying us. I really do like this, like, you know, NPC is accompanying you mechanic that they started here in Endwalker. So, I think it's Endwalker at least. And I feel like the first time that it popped up was the first time it popped up, I think, was in Charlayan. Old Charlayan, rather. But Charlayan, no, you know, nonetheless. So. Sorry, I'm being sniffly all of a sudden. I might need to pause for a second so I can kind of clear my throat and nose a bit. I have gone too far, it seems. Oh, there's one over there. I'm like, where the frick are these things? I'm not seeing any Cerulean engines anywhere. But here's one. Now the question is, where is ye old third Cerulean engine that it wants me to locate? Because I got the one that was in here. I don't think there's multiple, it's just the one. Boy, that's gotta be nice, though, to have a heater that you just have to have one, and it freaking heats a building this size. That must be nice. Wonder what that's like. Freaking, we got 15 freaking space heaters in this house, and it's still so cold that you have to wear freaking gloves and crap every time you want to do any, you know, just all day, every day. It's ridiculous. Well, I thought maybe there's something behind, but nope. I do not see this last freaking Cerulean engine at all. Like, what the frick, dude? Oh, there it is. See, I thought there should be one over here. But I came over here and I didn't even see it. Praise be to your deft hands. I have an idea of what our next step ought to be. Though perhaps it would be best to apprise Milnod of our progress first. Not that we're, you know, probably going to continue this quest line at all, but this is what I tend to do. I tend to do the ether quest, the, like, ether current quest part of it, and then I just leave it there because eventually, yes, I do want to come and do all the side quests, but not right now. How are our engines? Alas, I fear that each of those we examined are guaranteed to break down sooner or later should you continue using them in their current state. Surely you jest! Swear it on my integrity as an engineer. You are in dire need of instruction in the proper operation of Cerulean engines. You saw the little lamp light up when you touch the switch, correct? That only illuminates when there's an issue with the engine. They're switched off for want of fuel when the settlement was abandoned, no doubt, which prevented them from burning out. Only to let them freeze solid instead ere your lot turned them on. From the state there, and I can only assume it didn't occur to you to warm them up first. I noticed you have heating technology of your own, but it will do you no good should the engines to power them break, now will it? You have nothing to lose and everything to gain from my assistance. I'm a machinist from frozen climes myself. What you say sounds plausible enough. Very well. On behalf of the camp, I formally ask you to repair the civilian engines. I suppose that means I will be taking responsibility if anything goes wrong. So you may as well use your own two hands this time. That's the spirit. I knew you'd come around. Yay! Ether current. And now it is a standard gold quest. Which means we're done here. We can move on. I'm really curious though where the ether current quests are gonna like pop up at. Cause not a lot of like area left to like look in this place. And there's still, well, there's still 3 left. I was gonna say there's still 4, but no, there's only 3. That said, if I go 700 straight north, I will apparently come upon an ether current. Not sure if it's the one that we were detecting over here. I don't think it is, because now it's to the northwest. And that makes me assume that it's up here in like forum patterns. So, warmonger. But I might as well do a little bit of looking around. Now it's to the northeast. That's interesting. Which means I might have gotten closer to another one. Though it stands to reason that... Oh, hey, there's the ether current right there. Stands to reason that, you know, closeness should be pretty universal. But, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where this points me next. Now it's to the northeast again. Huh. So this is, it's definitely not directing me to the one that was, what, 700 yalms or whatever, initially. That said, can I even, like, get into this area? Well, hi! The 4th cat just came out on her own. She hasn't ever, like, done that. We're taking care of my brother's cats at the moment. So we have 4 cats in the house. Hi, Esther. Oh. And because I said her name, she went and ran off. Oh well. To the east? Oh, it's up there, I bet. Up there on, like, the road. Like, it's probably up there. Latium Novum. I assume that to get up there, we just go this way. Since, like, this thing is broken. And so we just, like, hop up on it. Like this. And then there will be an ether current up here on this road somewhere, I assume. And I'm sure that one of these was the ether current I detected there at that other spot, but who knows? Let's find out. One to the south now. Holy crap, dude. Like, I didn't really want to go searching for, like, every last ether current, but apparently I am at this point. I've only got 2 left. There's one to the south and then one to the freaking northwest. So... southeast, it says. So let's go a little more easternly. This is probably in this direction. In fact, I think I just saw it. Hi, Esther. Nope, run away. She came out again, which really surprises me. But that's good that she's, like, wanting to try to explore. So, she can't make up her mind on whether she wants to explore or not. She's like looking at me and then like running away, but then like immediately stopping and turning back, and I don't know if she has decided to actually like go hide now or not, because she has run off again, but I don't know where. Nope, here she comes again. I'm going to just like not pay attention and see if she, like, explores and, like, learns and stuff. Like, you know, actually comes out. So. Arianje and Graha. And Alice. And of course, they already know what's going on. So, my character is not yet informed. Kassandra and Julius. They have arrived just before you did, and too late. Too late for what? What's happened? It's Lord Quintus. He took his own life. After the news about the 10th, he relieved us of our duties. Then, when he was alone, he... No, he wouldn't. Thancred and the others, assisted by the soldiers, have seen to the remains. In due course shall the legatus be afforded a proper burial. He released us from our duty. He wanted us to be free, free to choose our own fate. Without him to guide us, I have just this moment spoken with Lucia. We are ready to commence the transfer of the refugees here to Cramp Broken Glass, should they be willing to accept our aid. Some would rather die, but most of us just want to live. Songs and standards be damned. We just want to live. We'll need to speak with the refugees. They'll have to decide for themselves if they wish to come with us. For any who would prefer to stay, we can have supplies brought over for them. It'll be a hard journey for the others, but we'll see they reach our camp safely. I wish I could do Arianje's voice. Or maybe it's LL. Freaking legate. Like, why is legatus lowercase? Like, is legatus not a title? Because titles are capitalized. Is Square Enix not aware that titles are capitalized? I guess like when you're... I guess titles aren't always capitalized. Like when used in their name they are. Like if I was to say, you know, here we'll use this person as this person's name. King Exaborn. King Exaborn would be like capitalized, right? But if I was to say the King of Garlemald, wouldn't that still be capitalized though? As I think about it, like, or would that be lower? See, if it weren't for the fact that my mom, yeah, I was homeschooled, by the way. If it weren't for the fact that my mom, like, taught me everything she knows about English, I don't think I would have, like, ever succeeded in English. Which is hilarious, because one of my, like, goals, right, is to basically be, like, a writer. So it's funny that I'm, like, terrible at English. Like, I have a novel that I just finished writing as of the time of this recording, actually. It was only ever a dream, wasn't it? To think we could reclaim it, rebuild it all ourselves. Before this all began, I sent my wife and daughter away to the provinces. If there's a chance I might see them again, I'll take it. So take me with you, please. Sabinius, say so. Queso. Well, got the Aetherite sorted in the end. All it took was a few adjustments. Now it works as well as it ever did. From what I can tell, the one in the Latrum is also functioning as normal. That's where you lot are staying, isn't it? Now that most of us are packing up and leaving this place, I reckon there'll be more use for me and my skills over at your camp. Hey! Yeah, let's attune to it! Finally! I can attune to the Aetherite. Hex to the yes. And now there's quests all over the place as well. So, I guess that makes sense that now the Aetherite would be available. So, it's you, one who treated me with such kindness. I heard from the others that you're not from around here. I thought you were one of us. As that makes much difference now. Purebloods, migrants, savages. After a while, the words start to lose meaning. Until all you're left with is anger and fear and hate. I'm too tired. If you and yours have come to offer aid, I'd be glad to accept. And there are, of course, several that are not going to go, hence that. Tell me, where does it hurt? My arm, it's killing me. R.I.P. Quintus. We have much to discuss. Our rescue, the attack on Camp Broken Glass, what we'd hoped to talk about with Quintus. But all of that can wait. More urgent matters demand our attention. Are any of the refugees willing to come to our camp? Quite a few, actually. Thank the 12. Thank the 12. You and I should go first and secure the route back to Camp Broken Glass. With all the creatures in Tempered skulking about, I expect we'll have our hands full. And this should come in handy. Conqueror's Chain, courtesy of our Limson friends. I'd save it for the Tempered, though. I'll mark a few points that need surveying on your map. If you've taken care of the riffraff, we'll meet back at our camp. I cannot even come close to trying Thancred's voice, and I'm not even gonna, I'm not even gonna try, really. Not because, I don't want to, just because I can't. So, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I cannot do his voice at all. So, oh yeah, it's still the Almasty stuff. Okay, that makes sense. Well, I was wondering if there was any chance that we were gonna get, like, you know, some kind of Garlemald themed, like, armor set. And that might still come in, that might still come, like, in the Tower of Babel itself. But, you know, it made sense to me that the junkmonger that's Garlean would sell Garlean armor. But, nope. Nada. Nothing. Zip. Hey, Chocobo! Not that I ever use you guys, but Chocobo! Azure-haired woman. Woman with startling blue hair is in search of her son, who has disappeared without a trace. Excuse me, ma'am. Have you seen a little boy with hair a similar shade to mine? He's my son, and I can't find him anywhere. It all started when I told him we ought to seek refuge in our encampment. He started wailing and sobbing like he had never seen. In your encampment, rather. Next thing I knew, he was running hell for leather goodness knows where. I'm worried he may have left the station altogether. The streets above are rife with danger. Please, could you find him for me? Oh, you will? Bless your heart. If I know my son, he's probably tried to return to our house, to the north of Palladium Novum. Try there first before anywhere. He'll be easy to recognize, I should think, what with the color of his hair and all. Well, alright. Over in this direction. Towards that, like, big city area. So, I'm assuming that this was more or less the, like, this Regio Urbanissima, I'm assuming is basically, like, the you know, city that they built around the capital. You know, the Hyrule Castle Town to this, you know, place kind of thing. So, I don't want you, go away. Oh, I think I found the kid. Azure-haired boy. Also, I'm assuming that it's still, yeah, it's all the way to, oh. The overtuned specimen, you say? Another blocked street? Who are you? Hi. You interrupted my quest. You will die. Don't hex-eye the child. Excuse you. You would think that I would be like a little bit better since I'm level 85, but nah. Keep getting big damage. Who are you? Name's Kassandra. Mother sent you. Humph, tell her I won't go to the enemy's camp. I'm going home. The boy with the sky blue hair has made good his escape. You had best resume your search for this obstreperous youth. What? That's a new word. Obstreperous. Noisy. Difficult to control. Interesting. Not a word I have ever heard said before. Obstreperous. Why not just say noisy? Or difficult to control? Bothersome. Maybe it's an older word. following me. Once again, the boy with the hair has taken flight, and will likely be looking over his shoulder for signs of trouble from now on. With a weary sigh, you resume your hunt. Follow the boy from a safe distance. Your objective will end in failure should you fail to complete the objective, yada yada yada. Got it. Perhaps I lost her. See, the problem here is this freaking thing attacked me. There we go, I can see him going home no matter what. I mean, I can see him from here, so I don't want to move too close. I told you to stop following me, of course. Of course! Of course I failed the objective, because freaking... Hoo-dee-doo! The NPC goes into a spot where if I'm gonna follow him, it has to be in an open area, but no! Don't counter, you know, count for that. I'll admit that the whole, like, follow the NPC without being seen thing is really annoying. Like, they have stupid amounts of vision. And sometimes there's just no spot where you can stand that you aren't just going to get seen. I know you're up to no good. Or I should say that you're not going to get seen, but like where you can still even see them. This way's blocked too? Going home no matter what. So now we gotta actually like wait for this boy to go somewhere. Because apparently he can freaking see me. What the? Are you kidding me with this? What the frick? I want to spend like the entire episode doing this, so I think I'm only gonna do it one more time. Like try to do it one more time here. I might just like pause the episode until I do it, because this is like this might take me a bit. But like, you saw that, right? Like, I was behind stuff. And then, but he was still like, stop, I thought I told you to not follow me anymore. Like, he saw me somehow, despite the fact that I was very clearly hidden. Also, do they, like, stop until you, like, get close enough? Or does he just take that long there? Like, where am I supposed to hide? That he won't, like, see me. Must have been the wind. There we go. Like, how the frick am I supposed to even know where he is right now? Perhaps I lost her. Hello? I was gonna say, are you going to move or something, or what? Now what am I supposed to do? Like, there's nothing to hide behind. I guess, like this, maybe. I don't know, man. This one is annoying. I mean, it's optional, so it's fine. Oh my gosh, you freaking... I feel like it wouldn't be so bad if it weren't for these freaking things that interrupt you. And, like, make you lose sight of the freaking person. Really? I just had to go right here. Duty complete. Whoa. No, our home. It was right here. Right here. You again. Leave me alone. I'm staying here to build a new house, bigger and better than the old one. Child has escaped your grasp yet again. This may be construed as a particularly tiresome endeavor. Remember that he is only a child and knows no better. Find him before he comes to harm. I mean, if I wasn't getting attacked by a million things, sure, maybe. Every time I freaking turn around, there's something else attacking me here. I mean, I guess that is the point. Like, I'm trying to rescue this kid from this crap, basically. But, like, I don't know, maybe it could have been, like, neat to have some dynamicness where it's like, oh no, you've got to, like, actually keep the kid safe, you know? And so, like, something attacks him and he cowers, then you just kill it real fast. I guess that would only work, you know, with a ranged class, though. Why do you care so much? We're enemies, remember? Why are you trying to help me? I need the help that I'm offering. How would your mother feel if something were to happen to you? I don't care what you say. We don't need your help. My mother's worried. I should go back to the station. Yeesh. That was a pain. You know what? I'm just gonna go discover this freaking spot over here. Just real fast since I'm here. Why do I keep hitting N instead of M every time? Woo! Now I have the whole freaking shape thing here. Woo. Let me go back. I'm just gonna go back to Tertium. We'll turn that quest in, and then we'll make our way out. Because it looks like I have to go all the way there for these freaking spots anyway. So just gonna come here and, you know, make my way down from here. Maelstrom delegate. There's lots of people here now. I was wondering when I would see you again. I'm happy to report my son has returned. Poor creature. You should have seen him. Tears pouring down his little cheeks, crying his apologies to me. I know that you were the one who found him, though he didn't mention a word of it to me. I almost couldn't believe my ears when he said he wouldn't mind moving to your camp. He was dead against it only hours ago. What could have happened, I wonder? Well, he got attacked and I helped him, so... that really was what I said, I guess. What? He was attacked? By that horrid Magitech, you say? Goodness, that must have been quite a shock for my little man. Thank you for coming to his rescue. There's a salutary lesson to be gained from all this, though. One that I hope he retains. Do not scorn a preferred hand when one is in need. Let that hand be friend or foes. At any rate, I thank you for finding him. It's not much, but please, I insist. Take this ether current. I still don't exactly understand how ether currents are given, like, from quests. It's like, here's your reward, an ether current. What? How does that even work, I wonder? I don't know. Regio Demorum. Man. That freaking Tower of Babel. I can't wait to get in there and do that fight, though. I'm, like, super stoked. And do that dungeon. I hope that the fact that we've, like, discovered most of the, like, place means we're close. But I guess also, like, that whole side still hasn't been done, so who knows. Conqueror's Chain. Apparently I have 2. I have no idea what it's meant to be used for. But I'm assuming not these wild Saiga. Unless maybe it was. And I'm just supposed to have, like, used it and not, like, attacked this thing. Don't know. I'm probably supposed to use it on, like, the Tempered or something to that effect. So, that way we can, like, capture them instead of killing them, you know? So, that would be my guess anyway. So do him first, then use the Conqueror's Chain. Got it. One of those types of things. Sounds good to me. Ow. I subdued him. That's why it wouldn't let me. He had more health than I expected him to have. So... usually you knock him down to, like, no HP. He had more health left, so I was confused. Hey, look! A Jotun! That is not a Jotun. Jotun are freaking frost giants. That's literally a void sense. Do you mind? This guy freaking, he aggroed. I watched him walk away. And then I right-clicked on the freaking thing, and he, like, re-aggroed. Like, what? Do you mind? Go away, please. I really don't want to deal with you. I'm in the middle of a freaking quest, of which I still have one more enemy to face, which is this one. Never mind all of these out here. No, just this one. Ah! This is Endwalker, which is where overpower became like a circle. So seeing an enemy still use the triangle overpower is hilarious. Like, rather an Endwalker enemy still using the triangle overpower. It's actually kind of hilarious. I would have figured it would switch to the circle for these guys, but I guess not. I guess overpower is only a circle if you are a player. Otherwise it is in fact still a triangle. Or I guess a cone, technically. Ah, there you are. As expected, I ran into a few beasts who went down without much of a fight. The tempered proved somewhat troublesome, but those chains should keep them under control until our allies take them into custody. With that taken care of, I'm to gather a few supplies, then return to the station. While I see to that, would you mind apprising Lucy of our progress? As it happens, I have some rather pertinent information from our recent scouting forays. We'll save that for later. First things first and all that. Alright. I almost want to, like, look and see how many more quests there are until the Tower of Babel. But I won't. Ah, Kassandra. I was informed of Quintus's, bleep. I don't think you can say that on YouTube. Must have come as a great shock to his men. What of the refugees? I'm told some were receptive to our proposal, but I'd hear your first-hand account. I don't know for sure. I just know that YouTube has become, like... I don't want to say weirdly, like, against that, because, you know, it's good to be against that. But, like, they've, like, cracked down on even, like, video game and stuff like that. So many did not hesitate to accept. Proves how desperate their situation has become. We'll do our best to make them feel welcome. The troops who participate in the ambush are no exception. They'll be afforded the same treatment as any other refugees, perfidy notwithstanding. After all, even if I wanted to make an example of them, someone left to learn from it. Perfidy? So many weird words in this that I've never heard. Deceitfulness and untrustworthiness. We will tell our allies that these soldiers were acting under the direct orders of their legatus, and that following they offered a full and unconditional surrender. Perhaps Quintus thought that had he lived, he would be tried as a war criminal, and his men punished with him. Perhaps by taking his own life, He hoped to absolve them of any culpability. Or perhaps, like too many others, he was a true believer to the end. Who can say? I didn't know the man or his heart. His reasons, noble or otherwise, died with him, and it falls to us to clean up the mess. In from the cold. I assume you're curious about how matters have progressed here in your absence. Quite well, as it happens. We've procured Tertium from Tapper's Den. The recently repaired heaters can provide much-needed warmth. I haven't done that quest yet, though. Furthermore, we've prepared sufficient food for everyone. Those from Tertium shall find a hot meal waiting upon their arrival. There's one for you, so go ahead and get some well-earned rest. I believe they were capable of wielding a ladle or two without your assistance. Or, on your way, might I ask you to seek out Yestola? She was but recently attending to the wounded, but she's meant to be taking a rest herself. See that she is. Ooh, 2 more blue quests just popped up. Wow! Maybe we are getting to the end of this, because all of the ether currents just appeared. So... Oh hey, Chocobo Keep! He wasn't here before. Probably because there was nothing to Chocobo Keep too. Stranded at the station. Gala scans her surroundings. But for what? Or for whom? Pewter bracelet coffer. Still in the pewter stuff. Seen you before. In Tertium, yes? As part of the first group transferred here. But there's someone I'm trying to find. Small boy, red hair. Have you seen him? He's probably still refusing to budge. Oh, my apologies. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Gala, 1st Legion. I've been doing what I can for the refugees, so I suppose I'm one myself. See, I've always tried to help those in need. Some call me a busybody, in fact. Before joining the military, I was a member of the Vigiles Urbani. It was our duty to keep the citizenry safe. Old habits die hard, though, which is why I'm determined to look after that lad. He's been separated from his parents in the chaos, but he won't leave the station without them. Thing is, there's no place for a child his age to be fending for himself. You've seen the conditions there. He needs food and warmth, which you and yours have been kind enough to offer. I should go back to the station to try persuading him to join your camp. Can I trouble you to accompany me? It'll do him good to see you're not the monsters he probably thinks you are. Thank you. Well then, no time like the present. And over here is the other blue quest. I think I'm going to accept these, but then I'm going to end there. Because the next episode we can do these and we can then continue the MSQ. Plus my nose is just like on fire all of a sudden. Commissary officer has her hands full and is in need of an extra pair. Well, now here's a sight that warms the heart. Never thought I'd have the honor to meet a hero of your pedigree, let alone beg for your aid. See, I've got a shipment of supplies to send down to Tapper's Den, and having someone who knows the lay of the land by my side would go a long way to ensure its safe delivery. I defended myself, but I have to carry the bloody thing. If you'd be so kind as to escort me, I assure you I'll make it worth your while. Well then, I'll be waiting outside the gates of the camp. Come meet me when you're ready, but don't take too long. Munchies abound in these parts. Don't worry, I'll be back in like 4 days from now, because that's probably when I'll have another chance to sit down and record more. So, this is probably where I'm just going to have to end the session, since it's, 4 o'clock. So, but yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. Next episode, I'm sure we will come into Best Delivered Cold and Stranded at the Station. And we'll also talk to Yestola over here. But that will be next time. So I hope you've enjoyed. Feel free to subscribe if you have not yet. There's also a link down below to Patreon and the playlist and Discord. And you can come out and hang out with us and chat and all that. And help support the channel if you want to. And with that, I'll see you all next time. As my voice, like, dies. See you later.